Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Here's the video. I hope it's a video that I came up with. This is 21 questions, but with your parent edition. So what's gonna happen is
Maybe 22 since it's 11 questions each.
Oh,
damn.
Okay, we're gonna edit that part out. Old parent, new parent, and we're gonna see kind of the gist. So who wanna go first?
Short video.
Let me go first.
No, ladies first.
Okay,
Turn.
go ahead.
Didn't I teach you better than that?
Go ahead, bro.
What type of mother do you think I've been to you? Elaborate.
You was the cool mom, but you also was stern. Like, I knew, like, when people be at school, they be like, call her, I don't care. To the teacher, I'd be like, nah, that wasn't me. I definitely knew I was gonna get a whooping, but it was like you wasn't strict either though. Like, I could be outside and do things, and you was also like kind of the neighborhood mom. Like, everybody could come to chill, and if we needed a ride, like, you was the one to give us a ride. And
so if you knew you was gonna get in trouble at school, why did you continuously get in trouble every day?
I mean, I knew I was gonna get in trouble, but it wasn't like I was inviting the trouble. You know, some kids, they get in trouble, the teacher say they're gonna call, they be like, they don't care because they know nothing gonna happen. See, I knew something was gonna happen, but I wasn't thinking about it beforehand.
Okay then.
But yeah, I say like cool, very giving. Like I knew I was gonna have good gifts, good Christmases, good birthdays. You know, any sports I played, I always had equipment and rides to practice, and very heavy parent involvement. You know, school heavy involvement. You know, just an all in, just involved parent, pretty much. That's how I would sum it up.
All right, thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Okay. So what gender did you want to have originally? And then what are the pros and cons to what you had eventually? As you can see, she had a boy.
When I found out I was pregnant, I wanted a boy. I prayed that I would have a boy that looked just like his dad. And there's a saying that says, be careful what you pray for, because the Lord just might give it to you. Well, here you are, looking just like your dad. But I wanted a boy, and I got a boy. But I would have been happy with whatever God blessed me with. You essentially just want the baby to be happy. I mean, healthy. And I feel sometimes I missed out on having a girl just because I like girly things. I'm a girly girl. I like clothes. I like
dolls,
hair, and stuff like that. But I mean, I didn't get to experience that because boys are just stanky and nasty, and you know, clothes really aren't that cute. But I mean, you know, yeah, I wanted a boy, and I got a boy. So
was that stinky and smelly? Like, was that kind of like a con, like, part to the question of what you had?
No con. I mean, it just comes along with it. They just stink. So
what was like a pro then to having a boy as opposed to a girl? You
think? Boys are fun. They're a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I think a girl would be. They're just hilarious, and they are just, I feel, easier to raise because, well, these days you have to worry about both equally because, I mean, there's some crazy people out there, but boys are just, they're a lot of fun, I would say. Not to say that girls aren't, but, you know, with girls you have to contend with
outside interference.
Yeah, and not even that, but just, you know, they get to a certain age and there's, you know, lifestyle things that go on with their bodies and hormones, and that happens with boys too, but it's not as you know, it's not as
prevalent,
as with boys, I could say.
Okay, that was a good answer. I thought you always said you wanted a girl, but now
no, I originally, when I got pregnant, I wanted a boy. I prayed for a boy. I got a boy. Question number 2 for me is, as a parent, what do you think, if anything, I could have improved on?
Kind of like a two-sided question, because at the same time, it's like you were pulling more weight than you should have had to be pulling, in my opinion. But at the same time, like, I mean, we kind of talked about it, like, just communication wise. It's not really so, like, as a little kid, but maybe, like, when I get older, or when I got older at, like, 17, 18, 16, to, like, maybe even now or recently. But just communication, you know, but at the same time, it's like, as a child or as a parent, you know, you don't know what's going on with somebody unless they open their mouth. So, but, you know, just, I guess, more on, like, mental side, or
trying to pull it out of you.
yeah, basically, or like, you know, asking what's wrong, you know, because I think sometimes as a parent, you see a child may act out or just act a certain way, and you think it's just like, oh, they just in their room or whatnot, and you know, it might be other stuff going on. So that'd be the only thing. But you know, kind of like I said the first question, like, I never really lacked for resources or anything, and everything else was pretty much covered. So that'd be the only thing I really could say.
Okay.
How do you feel being a boy mom has its benefits and limitations? But you kind of answered that already.
Benefits of being a boy mom, like I said, you don't have to worry about them as much.
So what do you think is the limitations? Like, what point do you think, like, a mom can't reach to a son?
It's just difficult as a female raising a young man, because I'm not a man. Like, I mean, although I'm a double minority, I'm black just like you, but I'm also a female. But I don't know what it's like to wake up and go out in society as a black male, and especially in my profession. I see every day young black men going to prison for life, or 30 years or 20 years, and they're your age. It's difficult to sit in the courtroom and watch. Even when I was policing, it was difficult to, you know, make the arrest of a young man that was your age. But, you know, people have to make better decisions for themselves, and parents have to do better at parenting their children. And I don't think there's any limitations to being a boy mom. It's just that when you're a single female, you need positive male influences in that child's life. And I tried that with different things with you, like big brother, big sister, stuff like that. You know, when I felt that your dad was kind of lacking. Oh, no, kind of. When I felt your dad was lacking. I tried that with, like, my male co-workers, you know, but really a black male in this society, they definitely need a strong black male presence in their life, and it needs to be the father, because we don't get them here by ourselves, and they need to step up. Black men in general need to step up and be great fathers, because without great fathers, we're going to have a society of black men that's locked up, and that's sad. So that's a limitation of being a single parent and being female. I don't know what it's like to be male and to walk out and be that in society and to be judged on that.
Well said.
How do you think fatherhood would change you and how you view life in general?
I think it's gonna make me look at stuff different that you did, or like, guys, my father is in the picture. You know, I don't mean to keep saying, but you know. But it's just gonna make me look at stuff that parents, we'll just say parents do in general, because it's gonna be like, nah, I'm the inverse role. Like, nah, I'm the parent doing the things for the child. And, you know, when we're like 1, 2, newborn, we don't know what's going on. You know, you see somebody else with a baby, they're doing it. But now I have to realize, okay, my parent did X, Y, and Z for me, or went through X, Y, and Z when I was a little baby. And then you, like, growing up, when she gets, like, older, be like, now I'm responsible for her. Like, now somebody looks at me to fix the light bulb or fix that, you know, like stuff that you might ask me to do or Kiera might ask me to do, but it's like, you know, your kids look at you like you have all the answers. Like, in their mind, they think you know everything and you can fix everything. So I think that's what's gonna change it. Like, now I'm gonna have to, like, put more of an effort into trying to do stuff. Like, it's not acceptable to just be like, I don't know how to do it. And even if I don't know how, I mean, still trying to figure it out, especially with having a girl. Like you said, it's not, well, it's different from having a boy, kinda, I guess, because it's like a girl, you know, you want to be that protective figure and a dad and, you know, the shield or whatnot. So I think that's what's going to make it different because I was like I said, somebody's depending on me now. So I actually have to be there for somebody, like legit be there for somebody now. Okay. At what point do you feel is parenthood the hardest? And what point or period do you think it gets like easier?
I think the hardest part is around that middle school, going into high school age. Definitely, you know, when kids are starting to learn about their bodies and they're starting to, you know, become sexual and have these experiences, and with that comes other things where they think that if they're doing adult things that they're adults and they can talk to you like they're adults. No. You may be doing adult things, but you're not an adult. And a lot of times at that age, especially in this society, because sex is pushed so much out in television and in lyrics and songs and radio and I mean, it's just everywhere. So it comes earlier than what it did for us as a generation. So that middle school age, that high school age is a little rough. You guys start to feel yourselves, for lack of a better term. You start doing adult things, and it can get hard, especially for a working parent who may not have the benefit of, you know, just being home all the time and being aware of what's going on. I think it gets easier this age, like once you graduate from high school, that 18, 19, 20. Like right now, you know, they say you're not supposed to be your kid's friend, but I feel like you're like my best friend at this point in my life. I don't feel there's anything that I couldn't tell you. I don't feel that you would judge me on anything that I do in my life now. Whereas before, as a parent, I would be mindful of what I let you see or what I let you know is going on in my life. I feel that at this age, 24 and 48, I can pretty much just come to you and like you're like my best friend now. It's a lot easier. I don't feel that I don't have to shield and protect you, and although as a parent that never goes away. I don't want you to fail in life, but I realize at this age, hey, you know, he's grown, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He has to do what he has to do, and I have to let him do that. So it gets easier, that 18, 19, 20, 21 age. It gets hard, very hard around that 11, 12, 13. Yeah. What will you teach your daughter about respecting herself and what she should or should not tolerate from a guy?
I always said, like, if I was to have a daughter, I always would, like, tell her what I think from a guy's perspective. And, like, me and Kira kind of had a conversation, like, it is going to be, I guess, a thing that she feel like she going to talk to her mom about. But I would like to be the dad that I feel like she doesn't fear me in the sense of, like, she can't tell me about boys or stuff like that. Because, like, I don't think I'm going to be that type of parent. Like, she can have relationships and whatnot. There's no sense of, you know, some dads don't want their daughter to be with nobody because they think, like, that's their little baby. Like, she still can be my little baby, but she's going to venture off into relationships with people. So
when I say, like, respect herself, though, like, say she come out in some booty shorts and a tank top. So what are you teaching her about,
you just gotta tell
how she carries herself?
I feel like you got to tell them, like, early. Like,
right.
Like, I'm not really good with, like, age-wise, but, you know, just early, like, tell her, like you said, like, no, you don't do that. Like, you got on the dress, you close your legs. Yeah. Like, you present yourself how you want to be treated. Because as a guy, I know, like, if you see a girl, like, shaking buns on Instagram or whatnot, you might like it, but you don't, like, want your girl doing it. So it's like, as a daughter, you got to tell her. And especially as a dad, then, because you're going to be extra, like, have extra incentive to tell your daughter, especially not to do something you don't think is appropriate. Mm-hmm. So at a young age, like, your dress code should be how you want to be approached. That's what I feel like. Mm-hmm. So if you want, or, you know, like, you want people to approach you.
You want positive attention, you gotta attract.
Right.
positive
you want
attention.
like you can wear something that you feel is sexy, but it doesn't have to be revealing at a certain age. Now, once you get grown and
Right, yeah.
whatever, but you know, at a young age, and especially because it's like you said, a lot of weirdos out there, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, you might see your 12, 10-year-old daughter, but
they
might
see something else.
right. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely got to express that to her, like you said, because I feel like as a male, you might not have to do that as much to a son, but a female, yeah, you definitely got to do that.
Okay.
How do you think parenting is different from when I was born to now? So when you were a parent in '99 to these days parents of today, how you think it differs?
Well, my mother has a saying that parenting doesn't change, the times change. But I'm of a different mindset from that. I think that as the times change, parenting, in a way, it changes because you have to change with the times as a parent. There's some things that goes along with parenting that never change, teaching morals and values and stuff like that. But you have to be, as a parent these days, you have to be up on stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to be hip to stuff. You have to know, y'all can be having a conversation and
Code and
you would never know. You know what I'm saying? So because I had a male child and he had a lot of friends that were over all the time, all the time. And I would hear you guys just talk and so I would pick it up, and I would know pretty much. And by me just, I don't know, I guess I'm still in that era where I'll still listen to hip hop. It's not the same hip hop, but I'll still listen to some of it, and I'll still, and my job again, it goes back to I work homicides, and a lot of homicides involve gang activity, and there's a lot of language in that. So you just have to be hip up on a lot of stuff. And so my 68-year-old mom is not going to know what the average 20-year-old is saying if they had a conversation with her. But I might, at least some of it. So parenting from 1999 to 2024, you have to change along with the times. Yeah, like I said, there's some aspects of parenting that never change, and I think that's what my mom was saying. But you have to evolve as a parent as the times evolve. Do you feel families, mostly black families, treat female children differently in the black community from male children? If so, how?
I do, and I kind of joked at it at the gender reveal. I said something like my daughter was to have if she wanted to go out or something, I'd say no. But if I had a son and he wanted to go, I would say yeah, or something like that. But that was before I knew what I was having. But it still was just a joke. But now that I know, I don't want to be that parent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it's not fair. But at the same time, it is kind of like double standards that you gotta uphold a little bit. But when it comes to being fair of having company over or going somewhere, I don't think it should be a reason to treat them different. But I think the males is probably why the males act the way they act, because we let them have a looser grip.
Too much freedom.
Yeah, so it's you'll be so hard on the females, and you'll say, "Oh, he's a boy, he can do this, be rough, and do this and that."
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's 16, 17, and you still having him to the same standard, and now he goes to do something, and you can't control him because you never had that grip on him. Whereas your daughter, she getting straight A's and this and that, but really she's sneaking and doing stuff on the side anyway. So it's really no point. But it's not fair.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do feel like it is double standards there that do exist.
I totally think so. My brother got away with murder.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
Your boys can get away with more than a girl can.
Definitely.
So I think but I do think the double standards are a reason why some of it shake out the way it shake out though within our race. Okay. Is there anything you've always wanted to do but still haven't done? What's still on your bucket list? Just kind of goes off of the parent a little bit, but just a broad question.
It was a broad question. Doesn't really have anything to do with parenting.
Bungee jumping or
no,
skydiving.
No.
Zip lining?
No.
Snorkeling?
No, you know I don't like water. I guess traveling. Like my dream trip is to go to Italy. I would like to do that.
You got your passport, don't you?
I do. I have my passport.
Well, you're one step ahead of me. I don't have one.
Yeah. Bucket list, I guess travel. Get my PhD, that would be nice. But, you know.
That's attainable.
Well, is it? I've been trying for a minute now. Yeah. Can't really think of anything other than travel and that.
I mean, the Italy trip is a good one.
Yeah. Do you feel you will be you already answered this kind of. Do you feel you will be the cool dad versus the overprotective dad to your daughter?
Like cool, like compared to like the mom, or like just the cool dad?
Yeah, just cool, like.
I feel like I'm gonna be the one, like if they ask for something, they gonna come ask me first. But like overprotective, like it's a time to be and not to be. And I feel like that kind of goes off your personality, but at the same time, once you have kids, I feel like it's almost like that nature kicks in and you do like want to protect them. So yeah, if I feel it's a wrongdoing or somebody taking advantage, then yeah, I'm gonna handle the situation, you know. But as far as being cool, yeah, I feel like I am. But it's still got to be that level of respect, though. You don't want to be too cool and then your kids run over you and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. What
lessons do you hope I pass along to your grandchildren and great grandchildren that I learned from you? I don't know why I put great grandchildren.
The thing that I most wanted to instill in you was to be a good person. And it's a lot that goes into that. Being a good person, being a good man, just being nice when you see somebody struggling, help them. When you see somebody older on a bus, I would hope that you would get up and offer your seat, or any female, or you would hold the door for someone, or if you saw somebody that needed $5 and you had it, you'd give it to them. Just pretty much being a nice person. I feel that's lacking so much in society. People are just so into themselves and just selfish, pretty much. And I would hope that you would, that one quality of just being nice, being a good person, it goes a long way. So I think that would be the biggest thing. Will you teach or encourage your daughter to learn about sports the same way you would a son?
Yeah, but I'm not going to force it, though. Even if I had a son, I still wouldn't force it. Because, like, with coaching that I did previously, like, and even just playing, it's always those kids out there, they don't got no business out there. It's just the parent.
Somebody done made them go.
Like, I don't want to waste my money in something she don't want to do. And waste her time and have other people out there looking like, man, this girl's sorry. So there's no point. And then, like, there's so much other stuff that kids can do besides sports anyway. Like,
she might be musically inclined.
She might like to sing or play an instrument or dance or make clothes, start a business. Like, there's all type of stuff. And it's different sports too. Like, it's not just basketball or softball, or not in this case football, but it's soccer and like Olympic sports like track and swimming stuff too. So I mean, if she's into it, she's into it. I'll try to encourage it, like get toys and stuff for that. But it's up to her when she gets to the age of she might be a painter or something. Even though that's boring to me. And there goes Daddy's little painter. There goes Picasso. Okay. Next question. Did you always intend to have just one child?
I never really thought about it growing up. Like, you have those people, I want 4 kids. Like, that's etched in stone for them. They have 4 kids. Growing up, I never thought about how many kids I wanted. I don't know if you know this, but when you were 7, I actually had a miscarriage.
I didn't know.
With a pregnancy. And that...
you was done after that.
Yeah, that I never wanted to go through that again. And plus, that age of 7, I thought would have been such a huge age difference to have in children, and I didn't want that. But the miscarriage was the biggest reason I decided to get my tubes tied and not have any more children. Plus, I mean, in all honesty, childbirth is not the beautiful thing they make it out to be on TV, where she gives a couple pushes and then she's handing off the child and everybody's smiling. It's very traumatic. It's a very traumatic experience on the female body when that baby makes its way into the birth canal. It is extremely painful, and I decided to just do it one time.
Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All the gifts, I guess, is the way to look at it.
Yeah.
I don't think seven would be crazy, like 7 to newborn, but 14 to 7.
Got a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old.
You can't go outside. You gotta watch your little brother, maybe, but 21 and 14 ain't that bad.
I guess it's just not anything I wanted to do. By the time,
because if you had it when I was 7, you would have had to try again.
And then other factors go into that. I wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? I had put a lot of time into my career. So those are just factors that women have to consider when they decide to have multiple children. I had divorced your dad, and he had moved on. There were really no prospects in the fire, so to speak. So, yeah.
I get it.
Female children are historically supposed to be sweet, nice, and dainty. How will you feel if your daughter is the opposite of that depiction? Say she's a tomboy.
But what's like a tomboy nowadays? Like, because in my opinion, I just went like, I don't know if this is the politically correct term.
Don't say stud, bro.
Yeah, stud. Is that the politically correct term?
It is not.
Oh, I was going to say a dyke, though.
Oh, that's even worse. No.
Oh. No. So is that what you mean? Or you mean she just
I mean that she's, she does not
She don't want to wear
embrace
pink, she don't want to wear
femininity.
dresses
Yeah,
and stuff like that?
she likes, she's a straight tomboy. Like, when when you look at her, you have to question, is that a little girl? Or
okay, I don't know. Like, I feel like when you have to question, ain't that slick like the parent still though? Because like a kid can only make so many decisions on like they hairstyle and what they want to wear.
I don't know. That's something you parents these
like
days have to face.
When she get into like when she can pick what she want to wear at the mall and how she want to wear her hair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like in the day, like whatever she want to do, I guess as long as it's appropriate. But I mean, you want your son to be like playing outside. You want your girl to be like wearing pink and being a Cinderella and whatnot.
But acceptance as a parent.
Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. Like especially nowadays, like I came to the realization, and I don't try to speak on it, but I just be like, you want your kid to be what you want them to be, but if they not, then it is what it is. Like what I'm gonna do, push her back in and start over.
Wow.
So
no, that's not a possibility.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is what it is, and there's no point of trying to raise a kid a certain way to avoid something, because that doesn't work.
Yeah.
There's no point of trying to force her to wear dresses if she don't want to wear them, or
like
be a girly
like an
girl.
example. There was, I work a lot of part-time jobs, so I was at a high school, not in Fulton County, in another county, and there was a male cheerleader, and me and another co-worker, he was just saying, if that was his son, he would have to accept him. And that's just
I mean, what you gonna do though? Like either you're not, and you're gonna lose your child.
Yeah.
And you are. I mean, it's crazy.
It's something to think about.
It is what it is. Like
you
you just.
I guess I was lucky in that aspect that my son.
You ain't never have to worry about that with me.
He was
You thought I was. I'm not even gonna get it. You thought I was homophobic. And like these days, you can't be homophobic though, because like
I'm not. It wasn't even a question about
sex.
It
was just a tomboy. But I don't really know like what a tomboy is all the way though. I feel like, because when I look at little girls, like when I work at some kind, I look at little kids, like they just all annoying little kids to me. Like I don't think one is more girly girl or tomboyish. Like they little kids. Like you don't really start knowing what a girl is till like middle school or even like high school, because it'd be some girls that's one way in 9th grade, then you look at them in 12th grade, they like different ways. So it's like Little kid, it don't matter. Like, that's what she want to wear.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want to wear pink.
Because, like, another example, me and my brother, I had a brother growing up. You know, I didn't have any sisters. So my alter ego was Jack. And he was John. So I thought I wanted to be a boy. I would wear a hat.
Yeah, see,
I made him call me Jack. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, kids go through phases. And, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see that. I mean, I think it's like an outside factor too that control that.
Yeah.
At the same time, like you said, you got a brother. Like most girls that grow up around brothers, they be like a little rough, or they be like more rough around the edges.
But I'm all girly girl now.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like people change. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's no, but yeah.
I hear you.
How did you feel yourself changing the way you parented as I got older, or how do you feel like it changes? Do you feel like it's two different phases of when you get a child that's an adult, even though you say like 18, 19 is kind of the best part, but do you feel like you have to parent a different way because you have to realize like, okay, I'm not parenting a child anymore. Like, it's still my child, but
yeah, I mean, of course you let the reins go a little bit, like I mentioned earlier. You don't have to hold on as tight, or you know, feel that you have to protect them as much as they get older. You kind of let them make their own decisions. That goes back to parenting changing with the times. As your child gets older and goes into adulthood, then of course your parenting style is going to change, you know. There comes a time when you have to realize that your child is of a certain age, and that all goes back to letting them make their mistakes and letting them live their life. You have to, like, again, just kind of let go a little bit more than you would if they were smaller. When they're smaller and younger, you want to, like I said, protect them from the world. But even as your children get older, there's still that aspect of parenting that you want to protect them from. Like, say you go out and you get pulled over by a police officer, I still want to protect you from any negative experience you may have with police or anybody else in the world, or at a Walmart or anywhere. But I realize I can't do that. I can't be with you everywhere. I can't. The only thing that I can do is hope that you would take things that I've instilled in you and learn from them, and be able to, when those times come, make good decisions, you know. But yeah, as they get older, you still want to protect them. That when you're 50, I'm gonna want to protect you, and I'm 70 something. I'm gonna want to protect you, but that's not probable. You have to realize that you have to let them grow up, and you have to let them be adults. What would be your expectations of me as a grandmother?
To give me a break when I need one. But honestly, I always said, like, I don't see you being like a babysitting type grandma because you work too much. Like, I'm gonna be like, I can't take Ari over to my mama's house. She at work, so it's like. But I don't know. I feel like kind of how you are with Peyton a little bit though, because like you said, you always wanted that girl aspect of like dressing up, dressing. I don't know, yeah, like dolls and stuff like that. So that's what I like look at the most, and. Yeah, though, but like I said, I don't see the babysitting role for you though, because you work too much.
And plus, I really ain't into kids like that.
Yeah, like you don't even like kids like that for real. So it's like if I'm there, and I try to sneak, where you going? Get her.
No, I mean I wouldn't be like that.
You'll watch it for like a night.
Yeah, if I'm off, I'm not doing anything. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind, if I don't have plans. But you gotta realize I'm at an age where I still have a life,
Yeah, I feel like I say it now, but I'm gonna drop her off, and then I'm gonna be back at 2 a.m. Like, my mom finna just come get her. But it is gonna be something I ain't going to get her. I need a break.
Well, she does have another grandmother,
Oh, she sure do.
Right.
But she got a little one that she gotta watch too. So it's like,
well, watching one and watch two.
Then she gotta watch Peyton too. So it's
hey,
maybe Peyton can babysit.
There you go.
I don't know, like. What was the question? Would you expect you to be like a grandma?
What were your
I feel like it's kind of going to be like the same as like when I was a kid though. Like if she needs something that you'll like look out for or whatnot, or she gonna like going to grandma, like going to see grandma though. Like some grandmas, I think because you semi younger a little bit, as far as a grandma now. That when she get kind of older, you like you said, you're gonna be more hip to stuff, and I feel like that makes for a better grandma because it's not as much so like
an older person that can't really relate, understand,
or like why she doing this or why she's like saying that, or you kind of understand times, but at the same time it's like I'm gonna instill respect to her, but you are too, and it's gonna be a little different from you because like that's grandma, you feel me, and then she got great grandma too, so it's gonna be like, you know, if grandma let it slide, great grandma ain't letting it slide.
No,
so it's
probably
gonna be,
not.
so that's what I think.
Okay,
tell me about the day I was born and how you prepared for it. So like, was you in the hospital already, or did you have to go? Did you have your hospital bag?
I had my hospital bag packed because I was experiencing where, you know, the baby is in a sac. Amniotic fluid is in the sac. I was experiencing where I was losing amniotic fluid. Every time I would stand up, the fluid would come out.
Is that what it means, like when your water break?
The water is supposed to break when it's time to go into labor, but you're not supposed to lose amniotic fluid like that. So the doctor had put me on bed rest. So I was not supposed to be up unless I was going to the bathroom. Then I was right back in the bed. So I had already been to the hospital with your dad for what they call Braxton Hicks contractions. Those are false contractions. So the day when you were born, I was having contractions again. I wanted him to take me to the hospital, which was across the street. And he did not want to go because he thought it was, again, Braxton Hicks contractions. So that day, I just remember so much pain, like a lot of pain. I was in labor. I was in pain. I expressed to God if he would just give me 2 seconds of peace, I would praise his name forever. Like you make these deals with God when you're in pain. And I eventually took myself to the hospital and had to call your dad over like, it's real, you dumbass. This is the real thing, right? But when I first saw you, and I didn't have an epidural, I didn't have anything for pain other than 3 Tylenol. That's all I had because I had not signed the paperwork for the epidural because you came 2 weeks early. You were due August 13th, came July 30th. So I had not yet signed my paperwork to have my epidural, so they wouldn't give me one because they didn't want to be sued in case something went wrong. So I had 3 Tylenol. So that's it. And my doctor kept calling. Yeah, tell her, give her another Tylenol. Tell her I'm on my way. Give her another Tylenol. So, but when I first saw you, you were like 5 different colors: green, brown, red, yellow. I don't know. You just this little gangly little baby, all arms, legs. I think you were like 23 inches, so you were, you know, just a lot of baby, but you were small, 6 pounds. It just made all the pain worth it. Like I did not think of any pain when I saw you. I felt as if my heart would like burst open. Like I felt this love that I had never felt in my life before. Like looking at you was just like the best thing that had ever happened to me. Like I looked at you and I said that I would do anything to protect this little baby. Like I would do anything. I would give my life for this little one. And it just made it all worth it.
That was good, Dan.
Yeah.
I could just see you saying that it was real and him not going. Just could see it now.
Yeah. I made my way to the car, trying not to lose more fluid, and I drove over there to the hospital because I was hurting. And
it was a good thing you drove when you did. You were given an in-home birth.
Yeah. And I still had some time. I still was in labor a while before you came.
But so it wasn't.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't like it was coming right then.
In.
Yeah, no. I was there a minute. I remember looking up at Nantia and saying, "I'm not gonna make it," and she said, "Oh, you're doing good. You're doing much better than I did." And I was like, "Is that better?" Like I don't know, but yeah, it made it worth it when I saw you. Another hurtful day was when you got circumcised. I could hear you crying. I was walking down the hallway towards the room where they were doing it, and I heard you scream, and I turned around and went back the other way. And I never wanted to touch it. Like, when it was time to, goes back to, you don't want your baby to hurt. You don't want them to feel pain. Yeah. Parenting does not come with a manual. How do you feel you will be as far as patience when it comes to your daughter making mistakes or getting into trouble? Because you,
I mean, at this point, like, you just gotta expect mistakes. Like, you have to, because everybody gonna make them. So I already know, like, she gonna get a call from school from doing this, or maybe hopefully she don't get to no fights, but I mean, like, get into a fight or whatnot.
Hopefully she don't get a call every day.
Who did that? But I don't know. You just gotta roll with the punches. When she make a mistake, you learn from it, and you try to tell her what to do in the situation. Hope she learn from it. Because I can't prepare her for every single situation, because I don't know what'll happen. Like, I send her to school, I don't know what she's gonna do. You hope she go through the school day, learn, come home, but somebody might take her pencil off her desk and the altercation happens. So excuse me, situation happened, and then she come home, and I can be like, next time somebody take your pencil off your desk, why don't you raise your hand and tell your teacher or whatnot. That's not something I'm gonna be thinking about to tell her, but it's just certain situations have to happen. So, but if it's
you think you'll be patient
the first time, yeah, but if it's repeated, like, okay, if I tell you don't do this, and then you go back to school the next day or like 2 days later,
that's what patience is. Patience is when things are repetitive, and you have to keep. I don't think I have patience for like doing the same stuff over and over again, because at this point it's like, are you delaying? Like, do I need to put you in a class with just 2 people, because you're not obviously you're not understanding. Yeah. So, like, then depending on what type of day I'm having too is a factor as well, because it's like you might. But in parenting, you can't. Yeah, they can't factor that into it, because your kid still needs you to be a parent. I
mean, but it's like, if I'm having a good day and she get a phone call, I might be like, okay, Ari, why you do that? And then when she give me a phone call in the back, I'm like, I'm finna jack you up in the car, right? So it's like, but I mean, I'm gonna try to be patient, but at the same time, it's like, you can't keep letting stuff slide. Like,
yeah, but parenting is you have to be very patient. Patience is truly a virtue in parenting. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say I ain't gonna have patience, but I just feel like I'm not gonna tolerate repeated mistakes. Like, you can make a different mistake, but don't make the same mistake. Like I said, if a certain situation happened, and then I tell you what you should have done, and then you go back and you do the same thing, now it's like, it's even worse, because I literally told
Kids
you what
to
do.
That's what they do.
So now I know and you still decide to do it. So it's like, now it's like, okay, either you don't obey me, or you just want to do what you want to do. So
pretty much.
So I don't know. Hopefully I don't run into these situations. Hopefully we got a straight A student on our hand.
All right.
What's one of the more proud moments you can remember as a parent?
There's been several. You were very good in sports. I wish you would have gave more of an effort into like advancing that, but you were like extremely gifted, and every time a coach would tell me, like, man, like, look at his footwork, look at how he does this, look at how he does, it makes me proud to see you pitch when you play baseball, to see you even in basketball, like you were just extremely gifted, and you want your children, when they have talents like that I definitely didn't possess, it makes you proud, at school, again, you're very intelligent, but you just didn't. You just weren't in tuned into it. You were more, in tuned into being a class clown than you were. But you were very intelligent, because every school meeting would start off with, Justin is very intelligent, but, and I knew the but was coming every time. But I knew you were smart. Even growing up, 5, 6 years old, I could have a conversation with you. It was like having a conversation with a little adult, you know. The fact that you were intelligent, smart, you were athletically gifted, it just made me proud to be your mom.
Thanks, because the way my back is feeling, I'm washed up right now.
All right. And not that you have to be any of those things to make your parents proud, but
no, but I kind of get what you're saying.
That's just who you were.
It's like if my daughter goes on to like get a master's degree, that's something I'm gonna be proud of because like that's not something I did.
Right.
And it's not a sense of like being better or anything, but it's just like it's something you wanted and they did it, so it's something to be proud of.
Yeah,
like,
just this little thing. Day you graduated from high school, of course I was proud. Just the fact that I never had to go to pick you up from jail or you know, you never got into any legal trouble. That makes parents proud that you stayed, you know, away from gangs and you were essentially your own person. I was proud of that fact because I would see you at school in your own environment. You didn't allow other people to make decisions for you. That made me proud. Awesome.
Final question.
My last question is, what are you most looking forward to about being a dad?
Taking a nap.
Good luck with that. You won't have many of them.
I don't know. I feel like, because I'm already like a kid's person, you know, so now it's like I have one that I'm like able to kiss, like put my lips on and hug. Not on no weird type of way, but you know, like I can look at one and be like, yeah, that's mine. Like that's my child. And like you said, just being anticipating, looking forward to like her accomplishments and stuff. Like even going to the elementary school play or the sing along or whatever, and just going to class and hearing about how she's doing, or like sports, or if she want to do that, or any extracurricular stuff like that. You know, going to buy her a pair of shoes that might be ugly to me, but they light up, and that's what she wants. So, you know, because kids are simple. Like we're simple when we're children. You know, little things kind of excite us, and you know, she doesn't understand the essence of being an adult, paying bills and those things that you figure out when you get older. So it's kind of like you kind of relive your childhood almost. And you know, it's certain parts of me that are still like in tune with my childhood, like cartoons or going to the toy store or Disney, or you know, doing certain things. So it is like fun to have somebody to do it with, or going to the zoo with, or something. Like now you have a reason to do certain things that you might not you might not make an effort to go to the zoo now, but you know, now you got a kid. Take your kid to the zoo, and now you like it too, but you know, it's really for her.
But it's slick, kind of like you too.
Yeah, it's like I really just brought myself, but I brought this little.
Yeah, but you got her as a cover.
This tax person, I get taxes off of.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just like, yeah, that's what I'm most looking forward to for real. Like, cause I never really been like a big fan of the newborn stage, because I never was exposed to a newborn. Like, I don't think I ever held a baby until Kiera's mom, baby, for real. But like when I met Peyton, she was at that stage, like 2, 3, 4. That's kind of the stage I like. So now I'm kind of looking forward to the newborn stage a little bit, to like experience it, and I'm looking forward to like learning how to do stuff like changing a diaper. And as odd as it sounds, like, cause it's like just learning something new. Like, who don't like learning something new? You know, you want to know how to do certain things, because you know, you're not always gonna have grandma or mom around to do it. So you know, you gotta learn how to do it anyway. So it's just a different experience. And you know, I can kind of see with just going to the store and buying stuff, you would think you have everything, and then you know, something else. Yeah, I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, I see something you suck the mucus out the nose. Yeah. I'm like, I ain't sucking no mucus, but it doesn't go in your mouth.
When they're sick, you have to.
And it's like a little pill or something you put in their butt.
A suppository?
Yeah.
You can do that for adults, Justin.
Oh no, I ain't with all that, but it's just, I don't know, bruh. So now I'm kind of like learning, like, I know what a blowout is. Like, you want to get the blowout resistant diapers, so it don't go all up the back and stuff. And But yeah, I think that's what I'm looking most forward to, though. You know, just the accomplishments and just like that's my baby.
That's your baby.
You know, having somebody to be proud of, and you know, I don't know if I'm looking forward to more though. I think being an only child, you know, everybody that I always knew to be an only child, they always wanted a big family because they didn't have siblings, and then everybody that I know that grew up with siblings kind of they didn't want a lot of kids because they know how it is. But I think I at least do want to try for a boy. But then after that, like if I have 2 girls, then I'm just done.
You'll be good.
Yeah, I'll be, because there's no sense of keep trying at that point. But
never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Maybe by that time they'll have them where you can genetically pick them out, like a vending machine.
I seen something where they say you can control it, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like some thousands, so I'm like, nah, I'd rather just chance it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, you know, so.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me to your video today. You
Yeah.
bothered me enough to do it.
Yeah, I've been trying to get this video out for a minute, guys, but I hope you guys liked it. It's gonna be a lengthy one, so I'm gonna chop it up and hope to get the questions so y'all can skip to which ones you like. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see any more videos with me and my mom, you know, comment some ideas down below.
Got any single dads out there? Hit me up.
No. This was a video that I had to pull out and just, you know, think about, because it's kind of been a little dead on my YouTube channel, because, you know, to do content, you actually have to be doing something. And I've been in a little transition right now, but, you know, content is coming. Maybe even some more with this person right here. Now, please go let that dog out so he can be quiet.
Rings on, 2 chains on, 3 diamond bracelets, don't get flamed on. 3 cell phones, pick up jail calls. Still don't get no sleep and I got 3 damn homes.